Welcome as we continue our study of Colossians chapter 2, verse 13. And you being dead in the deviations and the uncircumcision of your flesh, he made alive together with him, having forgiven you all the deviations. So dead is an ekros, which is just properly dead. It's also used spiritually, sort of metaphorically, being spiritually dead or destitute of life from God. But it literally means dead. Transgressions is paratoma, and so paratoma is one of the few words that are used for sin. And paratoma, it comes from parapito, and that is from para, which is near, and pito, which is to fall, so to fall near. So paratoma literally is a sidestep or the sort of step off the trail, whether accidentally or intentionally. If you think of sort of this path that you had to follow and you stepped off of it. And what's interesting is Hermosa tends to be used of our personal sin, but paratoma is a little bit more. It's bigger. It's bigger than that. It's not just our personal sin. It also includes sin that comes from Adam, as well as maybe inherent sin from your parents, your grandparents. But God talks. He uses both, and basically describes our forgiveness of both types of sin. And he does that to really express, not just to single out that there are different types, but also to express that he covers all of it. So we were dead before because of those transgressions, and again, that includes sin from Adam, so original sin as well as inherent, and also because of our uncircumcision. So we talked about in the last verse how that meant that the uncleanness was cut away. But before that, our uncleanness was still part of us. And so because we were still one with the flesh, we were dead. So made alive is suzupoia. So poia is make, and then zoe is life, and then soon is with. So if we pull these up, you can see the breakdown here. So this guy ultimately comes from Zao, which is life, to live. And so it really means to make alive with, which is unique. It's really only used of being made alive with Christ. And then forgiven is not forgiven here. It's charizomai, which comes from charis. So to kind of understand this a little bit better, there's other words that are translated forgiven or pardon. And it's not to say that this word doesn't include that meaning, but it's a little bit more than that, because it comes from charis, which means unmerited favor. So it's really to give unmerited favor to someone, and that's why it can be translated as to do a favor. So God has given us favor, and he has made us alive. So as part of that co-list, we're made alive with Christ. Now, whereas previously we were dead in our transgressions and because of not being separated from our flesh and our sin.